The final trailer for Halloween Ends has just come out. Let's get into it.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're talking about the final trailer for Halloween Ends, and I know so many people are worried that maybe this will spoil a bunch of things. I mean, I think there are some things that spoiled and some things that are like not as bad as the Halloween Kills final trailer. We'll get into all of that in just a second here, but first I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into some of the stuff revealed from this final trailer. At the very beginning of the trailer, we get a little sequence in the sewer as well as a cave, which I noticed and was kind of interesting. But one of the very first shots we get of the sewer is at nighttime, and then in the next shot we see Corey Cunningham during the day crawling into what I'm only assuming is that same sewer tunnel. If you remember from one of the TV spots, we saw who I think is Hawkins with a flashlight running around a sewer at night, so I'm assuming we'll be revisiting this location later on in the film. And if you still don't believe me that it's a sewer, we see a ladder in the background of this picture, and last time I checked, caves don't have ladders, unfortunately. We get that creepy sequence with Corey and Myers again with some new footage, which is kind of cool, and in some extended scenes, nothing too crazy to write home about. But then we get this dope shot in the cave, which I'm assuming is going to be another sequence even earlier on in the film, like towards the beginning, and we get to see Michael pulling out an old kitchen knife from like this rock, and it looks really fucking dope, but once again, a thing I wish they wouldn't have put in the trailer. This I'm not that disappointed with. There's another cool little jump scare here with Michael and you got the flashlight on his face. It just looks cool, nothing too crazy. It's just another sewer shot that I thought was dope. Then moving on to the radio tower stuff, I'm so sorry to disappoint, but I don't think Colonel Cochran from Halloween 3 is coming back here. I think that this is just going to be a cool location at some point in the movie. We have ourselves a disc jockey here, or DJ for short, running this little radio station as we see Michael Myers walk by in the window. Later on in the trailer, we see him get killed, so we know exactly how he's going to die. Cool. Speaking of deaths that are going to be spoiled before the movie, we see this character here, a brand new character, who I'm assuming is married to Dr. Mathis, because then we get this shot of an old man dead in a pool with a bunch of blood around him. Now you may be thinking to yourself, Jake, okay, she's a little young for this very old doctor character. I don't know about that. Now if you remember from Halloween Kills, there was this throwaway conversation between Marcus and Vanessa's characters. This was of course the couple that was dressed up as the doctor and the nurse towards the beginning of the film, and then we get to see what happens to them in the middle. One of the most memorable deaths from that entire movie, I think. But before that, they dropped a little bit of information about this Dr. Mathis character that we can see clearly in this trailer. I mean, not so clearly, he's face down dead in a pool, but I'm pretty sure it's him. If you remember specifically from the novelization of Halloween Kills though, they also go a little deeper into this conversation, not just saying that he's kind of an abrasive doctor, but he also invited them to a swingers party. So this guy's a bit of a freak in the sheets. But obviously they're not going to make it too far in this movie because we see both of them dead here in the final trailer. We also get some nice parallels to the 1978 original, which I think is really nice, and I'm okay with that being in the trailer because that's kind of fun. That's just a nice little like, oh, they did the thing. They did the looking out the window thing like I have up on screen now. They also just have Michael stalking Laurie at one point. She looks over, he's gone. That's nice. I think that's cool. We also get another shot of Laurie Strode lighting a pumpkin. I still just think this is a little weird, but another cool shot we got from this scene, at least what I think, I'm just guessing from the lighting mostly and what Laurie's wearing, but we get yet another parallel to the 1978 movie where we get this shot where Laurie is mostly in focus here and you can see Michael in the background standing back up and putting his mask on. This is Michael because he has a gray head of hair here that we can see in the background. It may be, you know, blurry as fuck, but we can still tell that it's an old man versus Corey Cunningham, who may or may not be Michael Myers in this movie too. We'll talk about that a little later because there's a shot that has me intrigued. Now the biggest thing that this trailer spoils is the fate of Allison Nelson, because I don't think she's making it through this movie. We don't get too much new footage of Allison, which is one big key indicator there, but we also get these shots of her trapped under what I'm guessing is some kind of like metal fence. Now it's really tough for me to tell what's going on here, but if I were to guess, that's Andi Matichak. Maybe her face is kind of like obscured, so I can't tell all that much, but she's also covered in what I think is a big iron or metal fence, not iron. So my guess is maybe this fell on her and she's trapped. We have who I think is her boyfriend Corey standing right next to her, like shitting his pants essentially because his girlfriend is trapped under a fence that he probably can't lift by himself. So do you think the reason that Corey's all pissy towards Laurie is probably because he's just upset that his girlfriend died? That might be the case here. I feel like Corey's gonna be one of those characters that you just hate for making a bunch of stupid decisions, and he's going to be the one that ultimately brings Laurie and Michael together after a series of just what I said, bad decisions. We know that Corey was babysitting some kid named Jeremy. That's who I think is in this screenshot here, and I'm guessing that this character's not making it too long into the movie. Opposed to popular belief though, I don't think Corey is going to be the one that kills the kid. I think Michael Myers may kill him somehow. Maybe this takes place on Halloween night 2018. It could be some kind of flashback sequence. We see Michael kill this kid and just like fuck off essentially. But maybe instead of Corey getting blamed for the murder, he's just like really traumatized by it. I mean, think about this. What if Michael Myers came and killed the kid you were supposed to babysit? The parents are going to be pissed at you too, not just Michael. They literally hired Corey to protect the kid. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand if there's some kind of aggression towards him. Maybe he won't go to jail and that's why he's dating Allison in this movie, but he's probably still feeling some remorse about all that and is just a really dark and brooding character. Somebody needle dropped Something in the Way by Nirvana, am I right? But then again, maybe I'm completely wrong because somebody's dressed up as Michael Myers here, and that sure as hell ain't James Jude Courtney. Look at those fingers, baby. That was probably the grossest thing I've ever said in a YouTube video. Look at those fingers, baby. As you can see here from this shot, that is very clearly not Michael Myers. Somebody else is dressed up as him in this movie. Also, if Michael had his mask in his other hand like that, I'm pretty sure the first thing he'd be doing is putting it back on. He's real insecure about how his face looks. The ending of the trailer is once again just more footage of Laurie and Michael fighting. This I do think is Michael, because like I said earlier, we get that shot where he stands back up and you can see that it's clearly somebody with gray hair on the sides, just like how James Jude Courtney has. I would assume that this is actually Michael Myers here. Also, when Laurie takes off the mask here, I caught it at like a later frame this time around, and you don't really see any of like his hair poofing out, because Rowan Campbell has like longer hair, obviously, so I feel like you would see that at this point where the mask is being taken off, but what the fuck do I know? Then also one of the final shots of the trailer is Michael Myers getting back up, doing a classic Michael Myers move. So I really do think that it's Michael here in this sequence, but we might get yet another scene where it's Corey running around in the mask for some reason. I don't know, man. So did Universal go a little overboard here? Yeah, but nowhere near as bad as the Halloween Kills final trailer, in my opinion. This is still kind of an improvement, even though, yes, they did spoil like 3 or 4 deaths, but I will say this is better than the final trailer of Halloween Kills. I mean, I haven't seen Halloween Ends yet, but every single big surprise about Halloween Kills was spoiled in that last trailer. And here, I don't really think they definitively give us an answer as to who the final kill's going to be, but Laurie does say, once again, this is not the first time she said this, that maybe Michael can't die unless she does too. So, I don't know, man. I just feel like they're maybe teasing that a little early, that that's how the movie is going to end. So hopefully that's not a spoil for the ending, although I don't think I would mind that ending if Laurie dies killing Michael. That could be kind of cool, and maybe that's what the procession is about. Maybe it's the funeral of Laurie Strode. It's good that I still have some questions about Halloween Ends after all, though. I mean, many questions have been answered at this point throughout the marketing, but there is still that one big one that we haven't officially had answered yet, I don't think. Hopefully we can still be surprised by Halloween Ends, but what do you guys think about this final trailer? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new Halloween Ends update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. If you want to support this channel further, you can support me on Patreon or become a channel member by clicking that join button on my page. Thank you all again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.